What the happened?
This is 100% proof that we don't take men's essay cases or any sort of cases like that seriously, and it should come with some sort of consequences. What's going on, everybody? Look, let's get into the meat and potatoes of Ty Lil, Michael Rainey, and the essay situation. Ty Lil, very popular streamer. I actually know personally, met him a couple times through AMP, through Kai Cenat, and is a good kid, but just like what happens on a lot of streamers that do IRL content and have a lot of people come into their platform on their channel, they don't have total control as to their actions. So the other night, he had Michael Rainey, star from Power, come on to his show.
That's him?
It was absolutely phenomenal energy, absolutely phenomenal vibes. If this gets copywritten, I'm about to freestyle because I'm really spitting. Now, Ty Lil is a really creative guy, so I only anticipated nothing but creative content or whatever the case were to come out of his streaming, especially with the trailer that he released earlier this year when he announced that he was going to start streaming in the first place. I knew that he was going to do big things, and because of the Power New York City connection and young popping dudes, of course it would make sense for them to hop onto the platforms together and rock out. Kai Cenat has laid a perfect blueprint for having, celebrities hop on people's streams and, have a good time or whatever the case may be. And this just seems like a natural fit, like no other. Now, Ty Lil's sister was already in the vicinity, and she was saying some pretty crazy things, doing some pretty crazy things, being outrageous, because that's the name of the streaming game. There was one segment where she tried to make an inappropriate joke that honestly didn't come off as funny. It was based out of sexual explicitness. It was nasty.
My next girlfriend's gonna be Kylie Jenner. Clip that. We got 54,000 views. I'm doing anything for clout. I'm trying to go viral. Just trying to see.
Let me make you go viral. You got a banana?
Oh.
It wasn't me. That was her.
Get out. Yo, bro. She's not allowed back in.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She's not allowed back in. Shanique, mom.
Yeah, that's the name
Oh
of the
my God.
streaming game. She was disgusting. The sexualized content is no place, especially when there are strangers. And I think I really want to hone in on that. While some of these people in Ty Lil's stream are friends, family, etc., and they're having a good time, usually the celebrity in there has no sort of connection to them at all. It's a way for you to get your name in places and spaces that you wouldn't normally, exist in. But with that being said, I think that people don't understand the vibe that goes on or the connection that people have. And usually when you have envelope pushers like Ty Lil can be, and like some of them other people can be, to be honest with you, that's where things go a little awry. And that's where his sister really just stepped over the fucking line here.
Everybody in here has worked a job, has more than $1 million. Y'all never worked, y'all never did nothing. Y'all literally have 5 minutes of max in here. They've never worked. You gotta think. They've never worked a job, but they can party with us.
You look hella uncomfortable over here. Wait, hold on. Let me replay.
Minutes of max.
I don't know what the fuck is going on over here. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much. He does not look comfortable.
They've never worked. You gotta think. They've never worked a job, but they can party with us.
That's disgusting. That is so.
Shut the fuck up.
And it's so honestly.
Oh, wait. I don't want to replay my bad.
Line here.
Everybody in here has worked a job, has more than $1 million. Y'all never worked, y'all never did nothing.
Oh, hell nah. Oh. With the kids around? Right, like, not even in just the vicinity of children. There are multiple children right in front of this man, and you're grabbing cock? Oh, nah. That's a bad look, bruh. That's a bad look. I swear to God, if I see any of my sisters doing this, oh my goodness. They don't even need to hear from me. I'm a snitch. I'm a snitch on my parents. Gonna start there.
Y'all literally have 5 minutes of max in here. They've never worked. You gotta think. They've never worked a job, but they can party with us.
That's disgusting. That is so.
Shut the fuck up.
And it's so honestly disgusting because this woman that he had no intention of being with, I'm damn sure so no signs of being attracted to, came up, and I know you probably didn't see it because there were kids in the way, which is another point to talk about, literally grabbed his meat and tugged it and did whatever. Michael Rainey is clearly uncomfortable in this situation, laughing it off, because honestly, as a man in that situation, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. It's totally different. It's socially acceptable. It's downright disgusting. She honestly needs to have charges brought up against her. And I know somebody might be thinking that I'm maybe being a little bit too extreme, but there is no way that you could justify what just happened. Even when his man recognizes what's going on, he tries to put his hand around him. But at the end of the day, all a man can do in that situation, because of the way society has made things, is laugh it off, you know, try to make it kind of a coy situation. But I feel like he could have potentially said something. But the other thing that makes it disgusting is he doesn't want to draw attention and seem awkward online, and you never know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you're on fucking live, bro. And that's one of those things where, like, honestly, as a victim, I don't really care how you react, because well, I do to certain extents, but if you react awkwardly, if you laugh it off, if you just shut off, like, if you do any of those things, I see why, bro. Like, how the fuck do you react to that? Especially in front of a live audience. You know what I'm saying? Or around strangers, like, nah, bro.
I've heard people talk about these things before, with Terry Crews talking about when he got assaulted at a party. There were so many people that gave these situations about how they would have fought a man or did this, that, and the third, but you never know what you're gonna do.
My own agent assaulted me, and I went to the head of the motion picture department, and I was like, hey man, they let him get away with it. I said, man, you can't molest the clients and come back to work. Ever.
And then an added layer of that is the fact that there were kids involved in this situation. Kids shouldn't even be in this sort of environment, especially if these things are going to go on. But she decided, because she was so disgusting with her behavior, I think that's the only word that I could really come to use, she decided she wanted to do that in front of kids. That's absolutely nasty. Michael Rainey leaves shortly after that because clearly he's uncomfortable, and I would have did the exact same thing. Now, I want to be very clear here. I'm not placing any blame on Tylil. He brought his sister in, and she's in the content creator vibe, even though she doesn't know what she's doing. And I guess you can maybe hold some accountability for that, but he didn't know she was gonna do that. It's clear that he was caught off guard. Hell, even in the clip, he didn't know what was going on at all. He was talking to the kids about a situation. I do want to read his apology, or his statement after the situation. Tylil says, after the actions that occurred during my stream last night, I would like to sincerely apologize to Michael and his family for what took place. My little sister was completely wrong and out of line. What she did was very inappropriate and unacceptable and illegal. I am truly embarrassed and disgusted by her actions. I completely respect whatever direction Michael wants to go in this situation. After watching the clip, I was completely taken back by what she
did. She apologize? Did she apologize? Because I would like to at the very assume that she's over 18. Tylil, obviously you are the public figure, so I commend you for apologizing as well, but she gotta apologize too, bro.
She done. I will take extreme precautions with future streams to avoid similar issues and have banned her from participating in future streams. I do not condone any type of assault. I don't even think that there's anything to say, because that is one of the best apologies, statements about actions that I've ever seen in my life. That is 1,000% accountability for whatever part you may have or may have not taken in the actions that happened. There is a future course of action and plan that is put into place for Tylil, his sisters, and how he will conduct future streams. And then you are also going to be supportive of whatever happens to her, letting it be known that I distance myself from those actions, and whatever consequences that she brings onto herself is 1,000% on her. That is a full-on round of applause for Tylil in that situation. He goes on to double down in video response as well.
Chat, word of my mother, I'm trying to literally ignore this shit. But I'm getting texts, the energy shifted, and niggas just got up and left. Like, all those side of shit really made me feel away. Because one, when people come, this is your crib. It's about hospitality. That means everything. Stop telling me to ignore it, because when I was trying to ignore it, y'all dick riders was spamming it. Even when I first started being my first few celebrities, don't get me wrong, I do unusual shit. Like, nothing crazy.
I mean, I'm assuming this is his house. And, you know, he let motherfuckers into his room specifically. Like, I don't give a fuck as a guest, or not as a guest, as a host of anything. I personally, just the way I move, I hold myself responsible for anything that happens in that house. You know what I'm saying? So now for that to happen on my watch, on my stream, by my blood family member, bro, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Like, what the fuck?
Like I'll be like, yo, like I be
What's good,
trying to
Joshy? What's
record
good,
video,
bro?
picture, whatever. But she never seen somebody that caliber, so she start. You feel what I'm saying? And that's my sister, so like I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her. I'm gonna just check her and tell her like, you don't gotta be on it. We all the same. We all human. If he's here for me, he's here for you. I got people telling me you gotta be aware who you have around when these type of people come. Why should I? We all equal. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be. We all got a mutual agreement, and it's about respect.
Yeah, just circling the block. And I want to just emphasize here how much maturity that I've seen from Ty Lil. Knowing him from when I've known him, he's always seemed to be a stand-up gentleman. Even when I first met him, I mean, just a great guy. No glaze. I'm being 1,000% transparent. And a lot of times on commentary channels or what I may do in my line of work, it seems like it's just bashing after bashing after bashing. But I've seen growth in recent time. I'm going to highlight growth in recent time. And I think it's worth pointing out that a lot of people had issues with what Ty Lil did in the past on a Kai Cenat stream that seemed to raise a lot of red flags. They may have even had a conversation after that, I do not know, with I think that was the whole Lil Yachty collective or whatever the case may be.
Can I do a slow-mo for you? Slow-mo. Here you go.
I watched that shit live too, bro.
Relax.
Bro, I watched this shit live, and this was a case of Ty Lil trying to be funny, and that shit just did not hit like a single bit. That was tough. That was so awkward, bro. That was so awkward.
A lot of people had issues with that, but it looks like that didn't go to Ty Lil's head, and he really took that in and internalized possibly all the comments and commotion that were going on for that stream. But me personally, from my perspective, he's always seemed to be a stand-up guy, so this seemed right along the lines of who he is and his personality. What I do want to highlight, though, is the way that we talk about getting essayed as men. It seems that it's not taken very seriously. The way that Michael Rainey reacted is the way that a lot of people react when stuff like that happens. Terry Crews is a perfect example when he went to tell his story about what happened with him and all the ramifications and repercussions that happened to him. There were so many celebrities, there were so many comedians that joked and clowned Terry Crews, but what's happening is a real life thing, and the only thing that a man can do is just laugh and joke about it off. It's disgusting. Another thing that I do want to point out is the fact that we have kids in these streams where these things can happen. I don't think that Ty Lil cultivates or has an environment that's like that where things like that happen on the regular, but it just goes to show that we cannot have these kids on these platforms, because the next thing you know, we're justifying Lil RT being on slap a booty, pass around 20v1 videos. Look, I hope this doesn't touch any of Ty Lil's success. I think he's a very creative guy, especially the way that he responded to that. He's taking full accountability, and we need to see more people take accountability just like that. But what I will say is, because we're in an era where celebrities have to get on with these Twitch streamers, content creators who aren't trained, both parties are not being trained from a media perspective as to how to handle themselves. We could see more things just like this, but I think what it'll do is it'll ruin not only the environment but the culture of going onto these platforms and being with the content creators, boosting them, and the celebrity boosting them. I hate to say that we won't see these.
I think it's just that's what you sign up. Oh, let me be careful with my words here. You don't sign up for that shit, obviously, but I think that's the cons of live streaming. That's the cons of live streaming. This is not me and you sitting down, let's press record. If I fuck up and say something wrong, we can just edit it out. You know what I'm saying? There is no margin for error when you're live streaming. There is no behind the scenes that you can cut. You know what I'm saying? And I think this was another case of that. You know? I guess it is a good thing that we saw it live, right? Instead of this thing happening behind the scenes that just gets cut out and we actually never know what happened. But I just think holding streamers are held to a higher standard than other content creators, for better or for worse. But it's just because of the live nature of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fuck up, that shit's on the internet forever. And the way YouTube and Twitch and all of these things work, like, there's literally software and shit built into the platform where you can clip the last, whatever happened on stream for the last 15 to 30 seconds. And I can save that for myself without the fucking, Twitch streamer knowing. And the Twitch streamer technically has control over that, but that's just the name of the game. So it's unfortunate. I don't necessarily think it's a Twitch streamer exclusive thing. I think it's just with anyone that does anything live. Like, even if we want to take this to the sports realm, the main reason why I don't bash on, a Stephen A. Smith as much as I can, because he really does says a lot of he really does say a lot of dumb shit on live TV, is the fact that I recognize the fact that this motherfucker's on there for 2 hours a day, 5 times a week, 52 weeks of the year. Like, bro, you're about to say some dumbass shit that you might not even believe in. You know, moments are gonna happen that if this shit was pre-recorded, probably would have been cut out. How big is Soul's meat? Just asking. Time his ass out.
These great crossovers because I think they were having a good time, and I think future endeavors will be very fruitful for both of these parties, celebrity and content creator. But if stuff like this happens where people aren't being able to read the room, or people are just taking things way too far and being disgusting about this stuff, then I could totally see why people wouldn't want to do this anymore. But let me know what you guys think. Should there be some consequences or repercussions for Khalil, even though he held accountability for his sister's actions and, you know, his own complacency or complicity in whatever happened? And do you think something should happen with, you know, his sister in this situation?
Yeah, no, I think as long as Khalil learns from it, and it does seem like a situation that he just took to the chin. It's not like he deflected. It's not like he justified what the fuck happened. He knows what happened was wrong. He knows what happened under his own roof. He's holding himself honestly more accountable than he should. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. I always hold the person who did the bad thing more accountable than, you know, the person who just let it happen, you know? But, nah, shout out to Khalil, man. Shout out to Khalil.